The museum is not a depository of mere chronicles and photographic snapshots of the sky. For an astronomical observatory, there is no past, as there is no past for the movement of the solar system. Basically, it's a reading from an essay by a 19th century Russian philosopher Nikolai Fyodorov. I came across his writings about 4 years ago, and it was a totally transformative experience for me. Last summer, we've been working on a book. It's a new series by E-Flux called E-Flux Classics. The idea is to publish texts which have not been translated to English, do not exist in the consciousness of English-speaking art historical establishment, but are very significant for the history of art. So the first book is called Avant-Garde Museology. It's a compilation of essays written just before and just after Communist Revolution about radical exhibition designs. The texts really vary. Some of them are about exhibitions of art, of course also essays of really important exhibitions of suprematist art and constructivist art. It's a gigantic book. It's about 700 pages. It's approximately 32 essays, and none of them really have been published in English, and many have never been really published in Russian either, because a lot of this kind of thinking became totally vanished from the records of art history. An observatory observes the world that is merged with the memory of the dead, of the past. It's very natural for me to collaborate, and maybe this is one of the reasons I like to work with film specifically, because film, unlike most of other forms of art, is essentially collaborative, that something very beautiful to it, because all of these people, they bring their subjectivity to the project, so it's similar with publishing, for example, because when you publish books or a journal, there are writers, there are editors, there are designers, it's a kind of a group effort to produce something and to make it as good as it could possibly be, and I really enjoy this kind of practice more than, let's say, to be by myself. For one thing, I know that before the establishment of art did not treat collaborations very seriously, because the cult of the author was so strong that if a work was done if you could not identify a singular person behind it, somehow it was lesser art, that only a single artist, preferably male, I'm being ironic, could create a masterpiece, But of course we know that since, for example, if you look at the Russian avant-garde, it's full of collaborations, it's full of collective activities. And they have produced masterpieces, so we know it's not true. But I think that maybe now there is a little bit more appreciation on the part of museums and art centers and even galleries to get involved with work produced by groups or collectives or collaboratively. It's not immediately dismissed as a lesser kind of production.